Welcome to our online chemistry class. Myself Mukesh Kharge from SSPMS and Junior College, Shivajinagar, Pune 5. Our topic is electrochemistry. Let us discuss part number 3. In this part, we have to discuss electrochemical cells. That is our subunit. So let us discuss types of electrochemical cells. In that, first, electrolytic cell. So all are familiar with electrolysis. And what is electrolytic cell? Definition is a cell in which a non-spontaneous reaction is forced to occur by passing direct current from an external source into the solution is known as electrolytic cell. So here some words are there. Non-spontaneous means reaction which does not carried out without any external source or force. So here external force is the current, okay, from external source, that is battery, into the solution. So without that external current, we can't carry out the reaction in the cell. So example is electrolysis of molten NaCl. Here mainly electrical energy is converted into chemical energy. With the help of that, electricity supplied to your cell. Here in this cell, anode is positive and cathode is negative. Let us discuss electrolysis of molten NaCl. So if you see the diagram, in one jar fused NaCl is placed. Then there are two electrodes. They are made up from carbon or graphite. They are placed in that jar. The electrode which is connected to positive terminal of battery is known as anode, which is positively charged, and the electrode which is connected to negative terminal of battery, that is negatively charged, it is called as cathode. Okay, and the battery is DC source, direct current source. When the circuit is on, then what happens? The NaCl, fused NaCl, get separated into Na plus and Cl minus ion. So Na plus, it is a cation, it gets attracted towards the negative electrode, that is cathode, and the Cl minus, which is negative electrode, it gets attracted towards the positive electrode, that is anode. Now see the reaction at this electrode. So the Cl minus ion from your fused NaCl, it is attracted towards the positive electrode anode, and as Cl is 1 minus, it donate 1 electron and get converted into neutral chlorine atom. But chlorine atom is unstable, that's why it combined with another chlorine atom. So to produce two chlorine atom, 2 Cl minus loses 2 electron because one chlorine carrying 1 minus charge. So 2 chlorine ion, that is chloride ion, loses 2 electron and they gets converted into 2 chlorine atom. That 2 chlorine atom combine together and they form chlorine molecule which is in gaseous state. So the reaction at anode is 2Cl minus liquid gets converted into greenish chlorine gas plus loss of 2 electron. So as there is a loss of electron, oxidation takes place at anode. Okay, and that chlorine gas get bubbled around this anode. Then that lost electron by anode passes through this external circuit on negative electrode which is cathode. Then the Na plus ion from fused NaCl gets attracted towards the cathode and that gains that electron which comes from anode. So 1 Na plus accept 1 electron, 2 Na plus accept 2 electron to give 2 Na molten state, okay, or fused state. So here gain of electron by Na plus and it gives neutral sodium atom. So it is a reduction reaction and it will takes place at cathode. Okay, so if we combine these two reactions, these are two half cell type of reactions, they combine together, left hand side is added to left hand side, right hand side is added to right hand side. So 2 Na plus combined with 2Cl minus, 2 Na plus combined with 2Cl minus, then this 2 electron gets cancelled with this 2 electron, and on right hand side 2 Na liquid plus chlorine gas. So this sodium liquid is in silver nature type salt, but it is in fused state. Okay, so this is the overall cell reaction of electrolysis of molten NaCl. So what is the result of electrolysis of molten NaCl? A pale green chlorine gas is released at anode here, and a molten silvery white sodium is formed at cathode. Okay, then application of electrolytic cell. So that is electroplating. I think all of you heard this word. So here gold is plated. It is used for plating a copper penny. So electroplating is a process of reducing a metal on the surface of another metal. So electrolyte must contain the ions of metal that plates. So here gold is plated over copper. So the electrolyte is the aqueous solution of AuCl. Okay, so here cathode is the metal to be covered with a new metal. So copper is covered with gold, so copper is cathode, and the metal to be plated on the top of another metal, that is anode. So here gold is plated over the copper, so gold is anode. So cathode is negatively charged because it is connected to negative terminal of battery, while anode is positively charged, it is connected to positive terminal of battery. Now reaction at anode, Au solid state, that is metallic form, get converted into Au 1 plus ion, and by loss of 1 electron. This 1 electron is passed through this external circuit towards the another electrode cathode, where it is gained by Cu2 plus ion and it gets converted to Cu. So Cu2 plus carrying 2 electron, so or balancing the previous reaction and write 2. 2 Au gives 2 Au1 plus 2 electron. Okay, so this is positive anode and this is negative cathode. Then second type is galvanic cell or voltaic cell. So one point is remain, and that is quantitative aspect of electrolysis that we will discuss when we solve some numerical. Before that we will discuss the quantitative aspect. Then the second type is galvanic cell or voltaic cell. So an electrochemical cell in which spontaneous chemical reaction produces electricity is called as voltaic cell or galvanic cell. Electrolytic cell is non-spontaneous, but this one is spontaneous. Here we don't require any external source to carry out the reaction. Reaction can take place by its own. That's why it is spontaneous and it generates electricity. Okay. So example is Daniell cell. Here electricity is generated. That means there is a conversion of chemical energy into electrical energy. Here anode is negative while cathode is positive. So let us discuss Daniell cell in detail. Now let us discuss construction of Daniell cell. This is your diagram. Now let us see how it is constructed. So a zinc electrode, this zinc electrode is immersed in 1 molar zinc sulfate solution, and a copper electrode is immersed in 1 molar copper sulfate solution, which is aqueous. Then these two solutions are connected by a salt bridge. Okay, so what is salt bridge? Salt bridge is an U-shaped tube that contains saturated solution of NH4NO3 ammonium nitrate, KCl potassium chloride, K2SO4 potassium sulfate, or Na2SO4 sodium sulfate, and 5% agar solution, and two ends are closed with cotton plug. Then what is the function of this salt bridge? The salt bridge serves the three different functions. First one, it provides electrical contact between two solutions, and here they complete the electrical circuit. Then it prevents the mixing of two solutions. We keep two different solutions in two different beakers and they connected through this salt bridge. So salt bridge avoid the mixing. Then it maintain electric neutrality in the solution by transfer of ions. So if NaSO4 is the solution in your salt bridge, it maintains the electrical neutrality. Okay, so it maintains the SO4 minus ion in the two electrolyte by transfer of ions. Then these two half cells are connected through a voltmeter. In that voltmeter we can measure voltage or potential difference across the two electrodes. Now as we earlier discussed, anode is negatively charged and cathode is positively charged. Why this positive negative is reverse to that electrolysis? Because in electrolysis, if electrode connected to negative terminal, then that is called as negative electrode. But here it is different, and positive electrode is connected to positive terminal, that is called as positive electrode in electrolysis, but this is not correct in electrolytic cell. Anode is negative, cathode is positive. Why? We'll see later on. Now, working of Daniell cell. So here anode is negatively charged and cathode is positively charged. So if you observe this diagram carefully, the zinc electrode gives Zn2 plus ion. It gives Zn2 plus ion by loss of 2 electron. So as electrons are lost by that zinc electrode, the electrode becomes negatively charged. Okay, and these electrons get transferred through this external circuit into another electrode where it was gained by that electrode. Here it is copper. So Cu2 plus from solution gains that 2 electron and it gets converted to Cu. See the diagram carefully. Zn loses 2 electron, Zn loses 2 electron and it gets converted to Zn2 plus ion. These 2 electrons transfer this external circuit on cathode, and Cu2 plus from your aqueous solution accept this 2 electron and gets converted to Cu. And here there is no use of external source. So when this circuit is complete, when electrons get transferred to this external circuit, we observe that bulb can glow. You can observe in your diagram. Okay. Now we have to see another diagram is here. Now cell reaction. As we earlier discussed in the previous working diagram, following reaction takes place. Anode zinc electrode loses 2 electrons and it's getting converted to Zn2 plus. So these electrons are lost, that's why anode is negatively charged. And remember that anode is the electrode where oxidation takes place because loss of electron. And these electrons are gained by Cu2 plus ion from aqueous solution and gets converted to Cu. So electrons are gained by this electrode, so reduction takes place at cathode. Now if we combine these two reactions, so we write Zn plus Cu2 plus 2 electrons get cancelled from both sides, and on right hand side Zn2 plus C. So here reaction takes place by its own, that means spontaneously, that produces electric current. So we can measure the voltage in your voltmeter. Okay. Now next is so electrons are transferred from zinc electrode to copper electrode. So electrons are gained by copper electrode, so reduction takes place. Electrons are lost by zinc electrode, so oxidation takes place. And the electrolytes are 1 molar solution each. Temperature is at 25 degrees centigrade. So the current flow, the voltage measured in the cell will be equal to 1.1 volt. Next one is the cell representation or cell formulation. Okay. What is formulation? So galvanic cell is represented by a formula or short notation that includes electrode, aqueous solution of ions and other species which may or may not be involved in the cell reaction. So following conversions are used to write the cell notation. So the metal electrode or the inert electrodes are denoted by vertical lines placed at the end of formula or short notation. So we know that anode is written at extreme left and cathode is written at extreme right. So left hand side is negatively charged and right hand side is positively charged. The aqueous solution of ions are placed at the middle of cell formula. Okay. So here aqueous solutions are placed in the middle. Then the single vertical line between two phases indicate that it is a phase boundary and it indicates direct contact between them. A double vertical line between two solutions indicate that they are connected by salt bridge. And additional information such as concentration of solution, gas pressure are also mentioned. So let us see the cell representation of Danel cell. Here is the cell representation or cell formulation. So once again I will revise. Left hand side is negatively charged anode, right hand side is positively charged cathode. So here aqueous solution, a single vertical line between two phases means your electrode and its electrolyte, because there is a direct contact between these two. So zinc electrode is dipped in ZnSO4 solution or Zn2 plus solution. Any Zn2 plus solution can be used. A double vertical line indicate zinc sulfate and copper sulfate solution or Zn2 plus solution and copper 2 plus solutions are connected through salt bridge. Then this additional information such as S means solid, 1.0 molar means the electrolyte concentration are mentioned. If your electrode is gas electrode, then pressure is mentioned in the bracket. So two half cells are there, zinc in ZnSO4, copper in copper sulfate. Okay, so this is the cell formulation. Then writing the cell reaction that we already discussed. Now, as we already discussed in working, the electrons transfer through this cell from negative electrode anode towards the positive electrode cathode. Okay, and now to balance the electrons during oxidation and reduction. Okay, and for balancing purpose, if equal numbers are not present, loss of electrons and gain of electrons are not same, then you have to balance the electrons. Then for that purpose you have to multiply by suitable number to give an equation. In this case, 2 electrons are lost by zinc, 2 electrons are gained by copper. So these electrons are balanced. Sometimes it is imbalanced, then you have to multiply the equation with suitable coefficient so as to balance total electron lost during oxidation on anode is equal to total electron gain by cathode in during reduction reaction. So as to write the balance equation. What is the observation in the Daniell cell? Potential of the cell is 1.1 volt. Then mass of the zinc electrode decreases and mass of copper electrode increases. Now, to write the distinction between electrolytic cell and galvanic cell. So, in electrolytic cell, electric current drives a non-spontaneous reaction. Without electric current, reaction cannot proceed. But in galvanic cell, a spontaneous chemical reaction generates electricity. So reaction is takes place by its own and it creates electricity, and we can measure the voltage. Then electrolytic cell is the conversion of electrical energy into chemical energy, while galvanic cell chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. In electrolytic cell, we observe that anode is positively charged and cathode is negatively charged. Exactly opposite in case of galvanic cell. Anode is negative because there is a loss of electron, and cathode is positive because there is a gain of electron. So here oxidation takes place at always anode, but anode is positively charged. Here also oxidation takes place at anode, so it occurs at negative charge because anode is negative. So don't write here word anode, here write down negative if you write distinguish. Then reduction occur at negative electrode cathode. Here reduction occur at positive electrode, which is the cathode. Don't mention the electrode if write the distinguish. Then electrons are forced by the battery to flow non-spontaneously from positive electrode to negative electrode through external circuit. While electrons flow spontaneously through external circuit from negative electrode to positive electrode. Remember that flow of electron is always anode to cathode, but the charges on that anode and cathodes are different in these two different cells. So we doesn't mention the anode and cathode, we have to mention positive and negative electrode. Then what is the use of electrolytic cell? It is electroplating, electrorefining, and the use of galvanic cell is a source of current. Thank you for make gif.com and other known and unknown source which provide me the images for my PPT. You can visit my YouTube channel Mukesh Kharge. So subscribe, like and share. Now in next video we can see the standard potential, that is electrode potential and cell potential. Thank you very much.